Hello and welcome back. Today, let's do some Wildfire transforming plus minimize into Russia. And yes, I've been doing this combo. I think I posted a video with the minimize targets Wildfire into Russia already, but this combo is just so fun, especially when it interacts with Russia. I just love to do this like over and over again. So here we are. All right, let's see it. We got board H and board D. And so, in terms of picking the board, what we would like to consider is A, is it convenient for many minds to steal all the bees from the other board, which, board D is not very good at doing this, but it's still doable. Just need the full innate. And B is Wildfire starting in a great position to, spread out its presence by the devil or just by growing such that it can cover as many terrain type as possible. So if Wildfire starts here, and if Mountain shows up, you can grow over here, the Devil into here, but then have to take a rush at 6. So I think this board is not very good for Wildfire, specifically if Mountain shows up. It's going to be a disaster on Wildfire's board. And also it's like too far away from Manimai's board, so it's hard to, support Manimais because it's going to be 1, 2, 3 range where it can't even reach this mountain. Yeah, I think just by analyzing this Mountain Explorer, I think Warfare is better taking this board for descents. So it starts at the highest numbered cents. We're gonna put it over here. And this is a very interesting starting position just because it starts with like two Dahan and a town. So we can easily control this land and then we can also farm the Han events by just setting up here. So it's not a bad setup. Also, it has like all terrain coverage, pretty strong. And Man and Mice has to steal the speeds from board D if Wildfire takes board B, but it's still fine because we can like, gather two and push two. So it's eventually going to be there. Or we can just let the beast die if we don't want to have Man and Mice do this. But I think with this combo, we are likely to be able to do this. And as for Man and Mice, we can start on board H. We still have a choice. We can either set up here or set up here. Setting up here has the same problem as Wildfire, which is like if Mountain Explorers is gonna be sad. So I guess putting it here could be better. It's gonna cover this inland townland, which is pretty spicy. Cover jungle. And if sand happens, we can still, you know, we still have the beast over here, so sand is kind of tricky, but I think we can manage it. Worst case scenario, we'll just use the pursue, but I don't really want to use pursue. Yeah, I think we're still gonna be fine. Like, I can see the worst case explorer on this board. It's gonna be wetland start, making this impossible to disrupt unless you G3. Actually, it's disruptible by Wildfire pushing the beast even without G3. But you still have to use pursue. It's still kind of bad, but it's manageable. But it's still the worst case explorer on as a start explorer. And then followed by Sands, because Sands is a bad explorer in general. But we can manage. I'm pretty sure it's still fine. So yeah, let's finish this starting board analysis and we can explore. It's Sands starting explorer. Okay, so how are we looking? I believe the idea of Wildfire. Oh, this is so hard to reach. What a weird board layout. Because, I mean, technically we can solve this, and I think it's preferable that we solve this. Just because if you take a blight here, it's gonna blight Cascade and lose to the Han, lose a presence, which is like too many things happening. And I guess that means we're supposed to let this land 4 go, so we don't take a Russia 6. But then again, what do I grow? Where do I grow to have value for this wildfire growth? It's so tricky. The sand starting makes things like much more complicated. Maybe we take a Russia 6 on turn one? No, I don't think it's worth it. It's never worth it. Because Russia 6 is probably gonna be on land 8. Yeah, it would be so cringe if it's happening. Hmm. Also, yeah, I think the my one goal is to have a presence here by the time turn 2 happens, because I need to, defend this land. So the first growth is probably gonna be one range, two range, three range. We probably take a play on land 2, so we don't need to grow here. Oh, wait, what if the idea is to go here, use the devil and guide to defend this land to city? Yeah, we can even guide the Han and East, so we don't have to solve land 8. Land 8 is like whatever. Take a blight there, don't take Russia 6, and solve the only city land we have. I think I like this line more. So yeah, I think the next turn is gonna be the devil guy. We don't even need to do the devil guy. We just need to do guy, right? Because Wildfire already grew here. Yeah. So with that, I think it's gonna be pretty much very interesting. So this turn, we'll probably just do EMS like a normal person. With this combo, actually, sometimes you can open with the devil and it actually works like wonder, but not for this seed. What a weird seed. And we're gonna grow here to, typically play into this potential city build if wetland is the follow-up. And Wildfire grows, drafts, because it's gonna be like three range growth. The only thing we can do is to draft. And by growing here, we proc our special roll, which like deal that one damage. You can generate one fear by destroying this explorer, but it's not destroyed by special roll. We have to push it. So the tricky part is where to push it. It's hmm, it's very related to where we want to dump, right? I think this is a pretty good dump land as well as this one. It's gonna be far away from our inland, but it's closer to Wildfire, so Wildfire can like worry less about these two lands or these two lands, depending on where our dump land is. And we are also pretty much just solving this land too almost immediately, so we don't need to worry about the coast that much. So I think pushing this Explorer over to land 3 is a lie, right? Yeah. So grow here, we take a draft on turn 1. And since we are playing this combo, I would like to not uncover the second fire as much as possible. So drafting the fire card is very relevant. And we did get the perfect card we can see. Ah, Swarming Wasps, Swarming Wasps. Let's just take Swarming Wasps. And on the first turn, we're going to just do Threat and Flame, solving our own sands. So we do Threat and Flames. Gonna push the town out. The question is where? If jungle follow up, am I screwed? If jungle is to follow up, I might be very sad, but I guess it's still fine because I don't really want to dump on my land 8. Making this town closer to many mines forward is like very relevant in my opinion. Yeah, I think I like to just take the risk and just push it over here. And besides, I can try to defend land 2 if land 2 shows up. So this land A6 takes a bite. So yeah, And we're gonna use the left and A one fear, push this up over here. Basically what we do is that we just transfer this stuff into here. And we also pocket land 8, which is like bonus extra. Pretty strong play. And if we push this out, this jungle, this sand is also pocketed. Yeah, I think it's really, pretty strong. All right, so we have uh, finished our fast. We're gonna go to the invader phase, build build, and we explore into the mountains. All right, immediately got the value from the pocket, which is pretty nice. And the second explorer is mountain, which is also very, very strong. And the reason that it's strong is because we can line that up with our skip next turn. I mean next to next turn, turn 3, such that we can make this our perma land. And it also has like 2 explorers over here, so it's like very, very strong for us. And we can, get the EMS beast going on this wetland, playing around beast attacks, solving this town. We still have too much shit on our inland, but we can try to alleviate our wildfire action economy to do this. So it's like still fine. Alright, so now we go for the time passes. And we can, yeah, take a blade on land 8, guide this into here, deepen the sands, take a blade, swarming wasp base, grow over here, push it out. Yeah, I think we're in a very good position now. So where do we push? I think we're supposed to grow here and push the dude out. So we're gonna do one fear, push it closer to the dump land. We're gonna just push it over to land 4 because we don't want the jungle to explore and make this immediately a ravaging land that we need to take care of immediately. And we probably can just take 3 energy this turn because it's a range 1 growth. We don't need to grow any further. And Many Minds just does the usual thing, guide and the devil. And we can grow into this mountain because we're gonna have to grow into it anyway, so better just be this turn. And Wildfire needs to play Swarming Wasps. Just need to play this one card. And next turn, worst case scenario, I do these 3 cards to hit Transforming. If we really need Transforming, I don't think we need Transforming next turn actually. Yeah, we can just take a draft next turn, or we can just take a draft this turn. How relevant is that? Hmm. Okay. So we can even take a reclaim next turn and just play out our hand. And the benefit of that is that I can hit the left and 8, playing all the meaningful cards in our hand. Reclaim for a draft instead of just dry drafting. So next turn, if it's wetland or jungle, we can just guarantee to solve a land by just growing. So, and yeah, either jungle or wetland explorers like one rings. So we don't need to take the 3 energy this turn. We need to draft such that we can get as much info as we can and plan around our next turns, transforming. And it's kind of sad that we didn't get any fire cards. So if we want to hit the transforming, we're supposed to take like the 3 cards, which is like not very strong. But we did get Sap. I think Sap is a pretty strong card with the Swarming Wasp if we can 0 cost defense range 1 and push something from Beast, which is like very, very strong card. We still can take these cards, but we don't play them. So we spawn wasps, push the dude over to this land one. Oh, but if you push it over here, huh? Oh, actually, it's pretty fine because we can push it over here. We push it over here, we have the bedevil, so it's like still defended. And we could even push the dude over here if we want to greed. And actually, I like to greed. So Boon of Swarming Bedevilment. We could get Wildfire. So we could move a presence. Where to though? Okay, before we decide the Bedevil, let's just do Guide first. Guide over here. And Leftinate. They're too far away to steal. Maybe just gather these two beasts. Two fear, defend two. And with the devil, it's gonna be defended by one. And this land is gonna be defended by three. And I think I like where my presents are. I don't think we need to move any of our presents. If anything, we just should just move this into a four stack, but it loses access to land four. But land four is like whatever, right? Oh, we can even move it over here. Oh, but it's gonna be make this land a problem. And we're gonna have to take a Russia 6 on this jungle, which we needed to have to solve. Um I honestly think it's still fine. So take the bedevil for push the present from five into four. We still deepen one into this four. We take a Russia 6 on land six, which doesn't really matter because it's gonna be, um it's gonna be very close to our dockland, so we're just gonna push stuff into it. I think I like this idea. It saves one blight, although it's like very risky actually, because if increasing aggression happens, we're just cooked. But we're still in stage one, so increasing aggression still doesn't happen. But I like to agree. And with that, I guess I could have pushed the harm from five into four when I grew over here, then we can, kill this town. I think that will get us like very, very ahead. Yep. Let's to see the Explorer, actually event. No bravery, so well, rip defense, rip defense. Actually, this Ravages. I think this is the only one that matters, so I don't really complain that much. And we have Beast Attack. Okay, that gets us like very ahead, so no complaints again. Push, one fear, push. So if we push over here, it's gonna ravage. But if it ravages, it's gonna blight, right? So there's a dilemma of that. Um, yeah, I wish I had one more beast over here. But then I think all the beasts are in like very critical positions, right? This kills a town, this kills two explorers, and we can't get any beast other than this. We could have gathered this beast, but I'd like to have the beast over here to, play around. Actually, not this turn, but set the beast over here for next turn exploration, so we don't have to move any beast into it. Yeah, it's sad. Hmm. But I think I still like to let them ravage. Yeah, killing this city is too good. Oh yeah. Is it? I mean, we also have a gear card that could bail us out. Push the hum for disease. Okay, we can push the hum from here into here. Yeah, so the decision is whether to push this explorer over into this land too. Okay, it's decided. I would rather not to. Actually, so instead of pushing it over here and then bouncing it back, I could have pushed it over here. It's gonna kill the wildfire presence plus one Dahan, but then I don't take a Russia 6 and still kill this town. Yeah, I think this could actually be better, huh? Yeah, let's just do this. So event remove explorer or town from land with disease. Irrelevant. Ravage, no ravage. Ravage over here. Pushing it over here. And ravage on this sand. Lose a present, sadly. Lose a Dahan, sadly. But the Dahan kills a city. That kills a town. And notice a 6. Build, build, explore jungles. Okay. So now we are pretty much just cooking. We don't have any slows. So Jungle Explorer is the time where Wildfire can try to help out many mines by growing into either here or here. And many mines probably can just, on the contrary, help out Wildfire by pushing them out. But the thing is, if I push them over here, I have to get a beast over here. That means it's going to escalate over here, which is like not very amazing. Hmm. We could also just let Wildfire grow over here like a normal person. What to do? I mean, maybe you can try to draft a card that bails us out. So we probably grow into 10 and 6. Don't really want to take it like this turn for sure. Should grow here. And after we decided to grow there, actually, I think it's better to grow into land 5, huh? Clear on beast damage. And we can spend 2 energy, draft a card. So these are some very, very strong cards. Okay. I like Coda ISO. Seems to be a very, very strong control. Guard is also pretty strong. So if we do guard over here and get bees over here as well, we can pursue them into here and take the call to guard. So whenever we escalate over here, we can call the guards, get them pretty strong. Maybe it's actually guard, I think. Yeah, I think call to guard might be more relevant just because of this escalation prevention. It's just too good. And Wildfire probably grows into this jungle for one fear. Push it over to them to closer to the swampland. And what does Wildfire do? I think Wildfire just get 3 energy, right? And we don't need to defend anything at all this turn. Yeah, we can probably just take a Flame Fury for 1 energy. And next turn we can have a full transforming. We don't push any Dahan from here because if back to back happens, we can leave versus Dahan for uh the devil. Okay, so we use the left innate this turn. What we're gonna do is that we gather beast into here, gather beast into here, gather these two into here, and then we have a push up to 3. We just need to push one of them over here. So what's gonna happen is that we gather, gather. gather, gather, and only push one. Then we have pursue for one fear, push, push, dreadful tie, skip this ravage over here, and we have a call to guard targeting this land. So any follow-up or escalation is gonna be like pretty much stop over here. And Wildfire has a random left and eight, which does absolutely nothing. So just pass over that. Okay. So event, the hunt trade with invaders, we don't really care. There's no ravage at all. And push disease to adjacent land with the most building, most invaders actually. So this land too is gonna be a bit trouble, but it's just a bit trouble, not too much of a trouble. And yeah, we just do top, token defense, mountain ravage, pressure 6, and this pressure 6 happens, but this explorer is pushed over here because color guard happens. And jungle builds. And we explore into the jungle back to back. Okay. This is the case where like we have been, playing around very well because, explore here, color guard happens and push away and escalate over here, color guard triggers again, push over here as well. So basically this jungle back to back is like very soft. Still need to solve land too, but I would still we don't have to worry about that much this turn. Okay, time passes. So minimize reclaims. We pretty much have to play these three cards like almost every turn. Yeah, so let's just do these three cards. And Wildfire, I think it's time for Wildfire to, reclaim. Yeah, I think reclaiming is pretty good here. I can also just grow here, but these cards like suck. Yeah, I think I like to just reclaim. Reclaim, draft another minor. Blight Heal. Blight Heal defense, especially like defense with fire. I think not like very trivial card. I think I like this defense more than the Blight Heal TBH. Mountain Wetland Blight Heal could be relevant, but I like this fast control or defense. And you can do Swarming Wasps plus Sap. All we need to have is a Sun and Fire card, which we could go with Flame Fury. Okay, so we Swarming Wasps, pushing them over here. Take the Flame Fury for some energy boon, and we Sap over here for defense 5. And many mines. Get the Bedevil going on Wildfire. Um, Probably we can push a presence for over to land 6 for sure. But is there more creative ways to do this game? Hmm. I could use the devil with the hominid. Huh. So if I move over here, hmm, Oh, it's really scuffed. Maybe just the double into land one for land one coverage and push the harm closer to land six. There's a chance that beast attack happens, and if beast damage doesn't happen, this land doesn't create anyways. Yeah, I think it's just better doing this. The left hand ace still doesn't do anything, but the beast transform could be very relevant. Oh, wait. If we did beast transform, so if we take the double over here, do we greed like this? I think it's kind of greedy, and also we're like kind of closer to this bomb. So maybe instead of bedeviling over here just for the harmonic, I think it's safer to play around this bomb, making this land 8 a problem land. Actually, not at land 8. Yeah, actually land 8, yeah. So what we need to do is that we take the bedevil, moving into land 5. One fear, pushing the explorer over here. And we take the transforming on both spirits. Wildfire transforms this beast into a dude. And many minds also transform the dude into a beast, but whatever. Takes the transform such that we don't need to get beast over here. So we use the Dreadful Tide for a skip over here. And we just need to gather beast, gather, 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 and gather. Did we use the right innate? We haven't yet, right? So you could use the right innate over here for 2 fear to flip the bomb such that we know where it's going to happen. And it's mountain bomb, so I think the game is like basically over at this point as we, push and everything out of the sands, making it less of a urgent problem. And it's not gonna bow, so it's safer to push them into spread them out, such that when wetland explorers, we don't have to take too much care about it. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good position we're in. Oh, wait. I forgot to gather beat from here. Okay, let me figure it out. So I gather beat from here, and the other beast I believe are from here, and one of them is from here. So I have a full left and A, so we have to gather beast, gather, push like this, right? That means one less is explored, is pushed, but yeah, I think it's fine. Technically, we saw this bomb and then change our plan, but it's irrelevant as we can see because it's just a decision to not escalate on this wildfire board. That's everything that's about this decision. And we spread them out, making this town closer to over there. Okay, sure. I like this idea. All right, so events, use of the ring. This is a skip because this card is like just too too good. And we got urbanization. Sure. Let's get over here. And Wildfire Spore doesn't suffer anything from that, so it's still fine. We need to push the Han, which is actually pretty good on us. It's not good on this land 6 because the defense doesn't do anything right now, but it saved this land back to back such that we can uh, devote to something else. That's the retreat, and stricken doesn't do anything. So on each board, choose a land with stuff, downgrade one stuff over here. East, Strive, or Dahang. East, Strive, Dahang. Nothing happens on this board, and we need to downgrade something. Uh, Let me think. So I think downgrading the city is pretty relevant, right? Because it makes this land controllable. Okay, so Jungle Ravagers goes over there. Take a Russia safe over here on this mountain, and this jungle also ravages. Heavy ravage. Then jungle build. The mountain build. Then escalate on the mountain explore. On the mountain ravage because it's the bomb card. The first time it's resolved is in the build phase. And we explore into jungle sands. Jungle sands. Alright, so yeah, time passes. So looking at this board state, there are some good lands we have controlled, which is basically land 8 is controlled pretty well because we called it out. We don't have to spend any action over there on this turn. The two beasts over here surely is gonna do something. And these two lands are gonna be solved by Bedevil. Just because, this combo is specifically very strong into uh this adversary. And lane 6 becomes unsolvable, which is like unfortunate. So basically what we need to do is that we don't do anything to lane 6. Take a bite over here. We need to solve this land too, by the way. Um, Probably pursue, but really depends on what we can do. Okay. Guess we can grow to land 2. Seems like not a bad idea. Yeah. Okay. Advanced reclaims, because he's gonna like reclaim the same cards over and over again. But we can draft a major, looking for good cards to end the game or deal with like urgent cases. And these are not the cards that can deal with urgent cases, but Unleash is Unleash. We're gonna take Unleash and play the same cards again to play around Jungle back to back. And Wildfire probably still grow to land 2 and playing these 3 cards. Yeah, it hits the transforming, so pretty good. We're gonna do the reposition and trick over here. One fear. Gonna push it over to this weapon. It's a shame they can't push it over to land 4 because, uh, 3 dudes. But actually, maybe I can. I figure it out later. So we do Threatening Flames, pushing this town from this jungle over to land 4. And we can do Elusive. Once you're pushing this explorer over here, that means we can push the explorer over here to land forest instead. And we use the left nade to, one fear, push the explorer over to this jungle, making this pocket like last longer. And minimize bedevils, wildfire. Wildfire can move one of its presence to stop a build or something. Let me think. Maybe just okay. So before we bedevil, we use the wildfire right nade. So we're gonna forget a flash fire, gain a minor card. Compassing word is pretty strong. Confound is pretty strong. Rolling block is like very on element. Hmm. Encompassing word is like Bedevil Plus, but Call of the Hallways is also pretty spicy. I just take Rolling Bog, zero cost, good elements, and we're gonna take a Earth for the transforming tier, and Manima is gonna forget Guide to draft another minor. Probably we can look for a Air, and these cards are pretty strong. We're gonna take Nature's Rest because it's the most strongest card in this kit. And Wildfire spends one energy to heal off a Blight. Minimize can do the likewise. Hmm. Yeah, we can heal this Blight and defend 2 over here on this jungle, so it's still pretty much fine. And then we do Bedevil. This is where, after we heal this Blight, we can use the Bedevil to evacuate ourselves. One fear, pushing the dude over here, so that we don't lose a presence. And we can move the Han, but I think that the Han is like pretty fine here. And we need to enable our pursue and anything. So I guess we're gonna gather, gather 2, gather 3, gather 4. We can gather 1 more. We gather this one, I guess. Yeah, let's do this. Gather 1 more and push, push, push 3. After we pushed 3, we could use the skip for 4th year, skip it twice, and then we can use the pursue, push 2 towns and 1 explorer over here. And then all we need to do is to wait for beast events to do its own things. And with Bedevil, this land has defense 1, this land has defense 1 to play around edge cases. Actually, with this defense 1, maybe I can just oh, but it has a sacred ship over here, so the real beasts are like insured, but it's still fine. I think we're still in a very good position. Cumulative devastation. So, um, during the next Ravage action, so it has to be happening at least once. It's quite cringe on Many Mind's word, because one of the land is gonna like deal with one dude is gonna ravage with 4 damage. Actually, 4 damage is still defendable, so we don't need to worry about it. Okay, sure. Yeah, sounds good. And we have a Beast Isolate, which only happens on many mines. The next card is going to be stage 2, and we haven't seen any coast. There's a high chance that it's going to be coast. Sand. So we do this. And we have a 1 fear. And on which board that is 4, 5 or more Dahan. Add the Han to the most Han. Sure, sure. Accumulated devastation. Yeah, it's +2 damage, but we have defense 3 and we added the harm, so yeah, this land is like guaranteed to. Alright. Punish word, remove Tailor 2, remove from the land matching a Ravage card. That is pretty strong. We could remove the Explorer from land 2 because land 2 is like quite far away from our dump land, so we need to, play around land 2 exploring again, so we don't have to sink any actions further into land 2. And as for many mines, I think it's fair to remove a dude from land 1 such that, it doesn't get to be pushed anywhere else. Sounds good. May downgrade the town, the coastal land. Sure. I don't mind downgrading the towns over on my dump land because the explorer count doesn't really matter now. But stopping more city builds potentially is more relevant. So yeah, let's do this. So jungle ravages, take blight, take blight. This ravages, and we have to take the accumulated devastation. Wandahan dies, unfortunately, but it's still blightless. And Mountain Ravage, we need to take a rush at 6, and we need it back. It's too overcrowded, the city. I think the Russia Dumpling is like more like a city than, England, London for some reason. Maybe it's just the population is too good. Well, so, and then we Jungle Sands build. Jungle Sands build, Jungle Sands build. This jungle back to back to back is like quite annoying on Wildfire's board, but it's still kind of chill on Many board. Why don't explore follow up and we escalate. So in a slow, we could probably use acid asphyxiating, one fear, kill the town, transform them into two explorers over here and push one Dahan. Uh, Having to push the Han sucks, but I guess we can push over here. So, we need to heal some blight on land 2 and land 6. And we need to solve land 8 as well. Okay, it's kind of tricky, but maybe it's an off turn for us to not take care of this mountain, such that we can get to 4 card plays. I actually like this idea. Can I afford to like this idea? I think I can. Let me think. Because Minimize board is like very chill, except for this land 6, but it still feels like okay. We can go to like 4 card plays this turn. You can grow over to land 6. And we can spend 2 energy, draft a card. There's Scour. Huh. Maybe Scour is a solution to this land. Hmm. I actually like Scour. Oh, but then if I did this, Wildfire doesn't have a global defense, which I think is still fine. Hmm. So Wildfire reclaims for this turn for sure. And what it can do is to probably draft another miner. It's hard hazards, a very good element card. Also Veil, but Veil doesn't do too much this turn. Kind of sad. Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, doesn't really do too much. Let's just pick this card. And we could probably try to help Many Minds a bit. We're gonna do Swarmy Wasps, and we're gonna. Hmm, we need to hit the transforming as well, right? So I guess we can do hazards. And this, no, sap is impossible. Yep, these 3 cards basically does everything. And Many Minds just takes the scar. All right. So we swarming wasps, pushing. Actually, before that, we take the flame theory on ourselves, and we hmm, just scour here, I guess. Pushing them over here. Then We could use swarming wasps, pushing two explorers over here. I think I just need an animal to actually function, so we use transforming. Hmm. But the other thing, if I did transforming, we have to get rid of any of these cards, which I don't want to hard with. So I think the most irrelevant card is actually Unleash. So just to execute Unleash, and I'm gonna take Transforming for getting Unleash. Draft a minor card on many minds. So there's Burst Cry, there's Rain of Blood, there's a Blight Heal. All of these are pretty strong. Let's just take a Blight Heal. Maybe not. Yeah, let's just take a Blight Heal. And we can get an animal from Transforming. Yeah, okay. And Wildfire does this on the solve. We're getting Asphyxiating, draft a card, and Quicken. Ghost Allure is actually more relevant because this land is a dump land. And both spirits spend one energy to but god damn it. This land is two is gonna blight Cascade, forget about that. But it's still fine. Don't need to worry about it too much. And we can do hazards. Um Actually before we heal this blight, just do left and eight. One fear, push it back over here. And minimize can do right and eight over here. And the Color Guard for defense 3. And minimize left and 8 gathers its sacred side, I guess, over here. Then we can do Nature's Rest, defense 4 over here. Then we have the hazards. We hazards of these over here. I still have to skip it anyway, so it's like whatever. Oh, we have a beast transform as well. Hmm. Guess we can transform the dew. It's gonna not gonna escalate this turn, so we're fine. And Wildfire. Oh, Wildfire doesn't have anything to transform. So maybe instead of killing the dude, I just transform the dude out. Yep, sounds pretty good. Black Cascade sucks, but we're fine. We're gonna be fine. SS Spirits in Peril is a very critical event for Wildfire just because the extra fire is very strong for us. So we definitely want to pay for it, and we definitely have the tools to pay for it. Um, we discard the plant, and I think we're almost there. Yes, then many minds plays one energy, and we're there. So each spirit destroys a presence. Oh, but Wildfire Presence is actually very relevant, but it is what it is. We can destroy presence, and we can grab a perma element. Many minds is definitely air, Wildfire is definitely fire. Push a piece to a land without buildings. One fear is invaders are there. So we could push a piece over here on land 3. One fear. Well, minimize board, you can push a piece over here as well. Then gather the Dahan into a land with the Dahan set of symbols. Hmm, we can rescue this Dahan. Sounds pretty good. And we can get a pair of Vistahana, yes. All right. Push up to three from the inland land. Does that solve anything? It actually solves a lot. So it doesn't solve the land too, which is kind of sad, but we can solve this wetland build. And we could push these three over to Mainland's back. But the Jungle Sands Ravage, when the hunt dies, but the town dies, which is all thing that matters. Jungle Sands Ravage displays. We're gonna destroy our sacred site to protect this beast, and we're gonna have to fly Cascade. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's cascade into one and slow dissolution. We are gonna choose wilds. Okay, so wetland build, no build on minimize board, and send wetland back to back. Oh, forgot that this land also ravages. Sends wetland back to back. Okay, so there's no slow actions. We're gonna time passes and we reclaim. Drafting another major on minimize card. There's another skip. There's a blazing. We have a bunch of ZN, so blazing is kind of early. But it's still a card. I think Purified might be pretty strong here, but we need energy to actually make this card work. Hmm. Let's let's take blazing in case we need to lethal this game. And since we've lost all our plant card, we're gonna reclaim. Actually, is reclaiming correct? It might not be correct at all. Yeah, it's actually not even correct. I think we need to grow. And by growing, we can, try to solve our wetland back to back. So we grow here, one fear, push, playing these cards. Maybe I'm supposed to grow here instead, like this. So we have a defense 5 over here. We have an elusive for defense 4. Not gonna be enough, but it's close. In many minds, probably the double pursue skip. And we can do a call to guard somewhere, or we can just do a nature's rest, which seems like more relevant. So what do we do here? We bedevil, push the presence. Okay. So before we bedevil, oh, we don't have enough. Okay. Oh, we can just transform the dude from the transforming, so we're gonna be good. Transform, transform. Okay, problem solved. Then we can bedevil the presence over here. One fear pushing the dude out. That way this defense 4 is gonna be enough. Actually, instead of pushing the dude out, oh, we don't have left in the never mind. Let's do this. That's Wildfire's actions. And by growing here, I should have pushed the B somewhere else. Just put it over here. Is transforming this beast correct? It might be correct. We have to take a, escalation over here, but A, it has a very high chance to be closed, so it doesn't escalate anyways. And B, even if it escalates, it's like the land 6 is pretty chill for us. So yeah. So I guess we don't have to steal all the beasts, although the beasts are still pretty handy if we can just make use of them. I guess I'll gather beast, gather, 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 and we can push one of them. Push a sacred set here. Push. I've already pushed 3. Okay. So we have pursue. Once you push like this, then nature's rest, defense 6 over here. Then we have a skipping our dumpland. And it's gonna be jungle wetland. I think we can deal about this because we have synced our actions over here. And slow dissolution will so there's a high chance it's closed. We're gonna dissolute from land 1 to play around that. And many mines destroys a presence from yeah, this destroy presence sucks, but it is what it is. Add a wilds here, I guess. Right, here then. Bureaucrats are just funding. We are not affected. Few fear for board with 2 or more beast. 1 okay, the coordinate defense. Short. Choose a different land with the harm. 1 damage, defend 3. We can choose this land, the 1 damage. Then we don't have to do anything else. Okay, wetland ravage. This die, and it's gonna be sand, wetland, jungle, wetland, so let's just make wetlands clear. Then this ravages, pushes. Is the next card gonna be mountain? It's never gonna be mountains. It's safe to push a dude over here. Alright, so after this ravage, we need to take Russia 6 and Russia escalation, which probably can take it over here. It's like whatever, it's gonna blight anyways. And sends well and build. Sends well and build. Sends wetland build. And jungle wetland build again. We'll build and build. Ah, jungle is back. And we explore into the sands again. Explore, explore the wilds. And we escalate on this jungle. Almost back. Alright. Time to do Gozalure. Hmm. So I think gathering this town is pretty relevant. Gathering the dude is also very relevant. And we can add a straight over here. And passes. So how are we doing? I think Wildfire's board is like kind of on fire. Um, this land is sappable, so it's chill. This land I need to heal with to transform the dude. This land is like a Blight Cascade. We still have the We still have the blight budget to take the blight cascade here, so it's like fine. Did I take Parafright? I didn't take Parafright, okay. And this land is like the developable. Well, okay. But this land is also pretty much. Hmm, maybe you can take a transforming. Take transforming here. Like Minimize doesn't need to solve its own board. It's Minimize was like very, very ahead, so don't need to worry that much about it. Uh, take a major and Wildfire replay. Taking. So with this Jungle Hungers, probably I would like to have a. Hmm, let's take another major. Maybe something can save it, like, uh, Infinite Vitality. Although it doesn't solve it because we don't have a Sacred Site. Tiger Something is also pretty fun. Do we have presence in the jungle? We do. The Tiger Something probably can solve one of the issues. Actually, yeah, let's take the Vitality. Taking Vitality, forgetting Threatening Flames. Playing Vitality, playing this Sap. Actually, you can play Elusive instead if you really want to hit the innates. And we can take a Swarming Wasps just to help out uh, anyways. You guys can take a, Swarm, Parastorm. Time to forget Uncanny because we don't have any time to play it. And we play Skip, Bedevil, Pursue, and Nature's Rest. Alright, so first of all, we use the, transforming. We're gonna forget Gozalure for a minor. There we go. There's a Terror Strike, there's a Poison Dew, but I like Terror Strike just more. And main lines, they does the thing same. Forget Color Guard. Draft a card. Oh, card 10. Card a trade. Yeah, sure. And transforming gets a earth, actually not earth, plant. Main lines gets a air. Then we can heal some blight. And before we did that, I guess we'll have to get the beast in place, right? We use the swarming wasps to get the two beasts over here such that we can get a beast. One, two, three, four. Before that it was five air, five. And we can push one of them over here. And then we just do, -1 energy. I think I already did -1 energy. Okay, so heal all this blight, stop the blight cascade. And wildfire. Hmm. Doesn't have blight to heal, which is fine. Can we do elusive over here? Put defense 1, defense 4. Then we execute the transforming. We can transform a beast, transform a beast on the sand to stop a double ravage. Then we can use the devil, get the presence over here. One fear, push the dew to land 2, and the heart can stay here. Infinite vitality on this jungle, stopping a blight cascade. Then Wildfire has a left innate, which also basically doesn't do anything. Land 7 probably is gonna blight cascade, but we just need to trust the fear card. Infinite Vitality, defense 6. And we have a skip, 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. And we have a pursue and full ready to donate our many mind word. So it's gonna be pretty chill, I guess. Do pursue. Since we already done our innate, so the only thing we can do here is like uh pursue the town out, then right innate, two here, defense two over here. Like it's not really doing anything, but here card player out or something. Then let's do slow dissolution of will. Head of walls probably over here. And minimize dissolution from here, because there's a high chance that this presence is lost. So sacred site on the thread. Oh my lord. Now I regret it, but it is what it is. So I guess we have enough fire, okay? So we just need to deal some damage. And we have a beast spear. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. Okay. At least for the Honorable Ends. Do we have enough? We don't have enough. Wildfire. Actually, Wildfire has enough. So let's take a minor. There's the Blight Heal. Let's just take it. Land with the Han. In each 2 damage per the Han. Uh, okay. That makes this land. Yeah, we can just make this Explorer into the Goose Chase mode into this land too. Then skip build actions, land with the Han, gathers up to 4 into a land with 2 or more. Sure, it's on each board, right? Yeah, but then we also can gather all these stuff into the bag. This as well. Alright, so Sense Wetland Ravage. Sense Wetland Ravage. Take a Blight. Then Jungle Wetland Ravage. Jungle Wetland Ravage. Who's Presence? Who's Beast? And then we don't have to rush a 6. And on this board, we rush a 6. The Sense build. Build here. Build here. And we explore into Sands Mountains. Yay. Sands Mountains. Right. That's lulls. So how are we looking? I think we are fine here. This land is gonna be skip again with the reclaim vitality play, I guess. Yeah, there's no way I can't ignore this land too. And we take up a double, so land 7. Maybe might try to solve land 4 combined with this. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good. So Wildfire reclaims. Draft another minor. There's a renew rain. And many mines reclaim. Draft a major looking for solidify. There's no solidify, but it's still fine. Draft forget. Actually, can we win here? Hmm. It's actually kinda winnable. We need 18 fear -1. 16 fear? Many mines can write an AD 4, pursue 1, and then Dreadful Tide. Probably somewhere like 6. So it's already 11. We need 16, 17 fear. Is that 17? 8, 3, 24 fear. 24 fear, we can get 11 from many mines. Basically none from Wildfire, so I think it's one turn earlier for just trying to win the game. We can stall for one game, which is like not very hard. Double skip, pursuit as usual, and nature's S. Looping this hand basically almost forever. We can do vitality, where vitality, and so a bunch of zero costs. Swung wasps. Alright. Okay, we take the fluency on ourselves. Vitality, the land to jungle again. And we take the bedevil on Wildfire, moving the presence from land 1 into land 7. And we can also push the Han closer. Actually, the Han push is like not very relevant, but you know, and then minimize right and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fear even a 7 over here. We don't have to worry about this land anymore. And left, and actually we need to skip this first. Then gather beast, push beast over here, such that we can pursue, pushing them over here. We don't have a sacred site anymore. Kind of cringe. I guess we'll have to do it like this. And we rest. Actually, instead of resting, just heal the blight. And instead of pushing over here, we can push one here, and we spawn wasps, push the dude out. And we still have some wildfire transforming going out. We can forget call the trade because it's outdated. Get constancy. Like at this point, drafting any card was like not very relevant, but we still like to draft. Taking a card, draft a card. There's Twin Days. A little bit too late, you guys. But and then we can spend energy to heal some blight, which we could have healed this blight before we moved, and Wildfire doesn't. Oh, we can heal this blight, even future. Heal blight and transform dude. We can transform with this dude as well, and Wildfire has nothing to transform. Classic. And have a left and A, which also does nothing. Alright, oh. Oh, forget to do the blighted island effect, destroy, and add a wilds. Wildfire also needs to destroy this presence on land 7 with land 7 presence. And we got rising interest, which basically means nothing to us. So we just straight pay. This card, one card just pays for it. So yeah, you turn the top tier card one step closer to the win. Jungle with a blight added beast. Okay. And was in the land with the Han. Remove up to 3 health of invaders from a land without cities. So probably do this and this, pocketing many mines forward. And Sands Ravage, take a blight, no blight, Russia 6. Sands Mountains build. Build. And we explore into the coast. Explore. Clouds. Okay. I think we are just about to win the game immediately. all we need to do is to just let many minds do all the shit. Reclaim, playing all these cards. We don't even need to draft because these cards just is everything that we need. Then we left an 8, gather beast, gather, push, and pursue 1 fear, ride an 8, 3 fear, dreadful tide, uh, uh, 4 fear, Powerstorm, dreadful tide, 2 fear, and we win. Hooray! So we did go blighted like in the mid late game, but we were still pretty much show in this game. And the reason that we go blighted was actually the jungle getting out of hand like too soon. I think we could have done better to at least handle one of the jungles. That way, it could be the result could be much better. But it still works pretty well. Sans start is pretty hard on many mines board. That means this land 8 is gonna like have infinite buildings. We can't really try to pocket the inland, so we kept sinking actions to the sands. That kind of sucks, but yeah, it's a bad state. But at least this land 2 we managed to solve. The temperatures really screwed us our plan to let the hunt trade, but the beast attack that comes with temperatures was very relevant, so we don't really need to complain too much about it. And the mountains is like we got a pocket from it, like it's very huge. And then jungle we solved it with the devil. I had to take it light on land too. Yeah, then jungle the early jungle back to back was pretty hard. I solved one land, but I can't solve like both back to back. But at least the wildfire presence here solved like two like jungle back to backs on many mines work pretty well. So it like kind of evens out. And then we got mountain explore. I think it's mountain bomb, right? Is which is a very chill bomb because like these two lands are empty by the point the bomb drops. Also this land, this is our dump land. So mountain bomb basically means no bomb and the escalation was already taken care of as well. Then Joan comes again, oh, we run the risk of Black Cascade. And then the wetland, like, it was the first time the wetland showed up on the stage 2, and then it comes with the bomb as well. It kind of was bad because of the double bill, but we then still managed to keep the wetland safe. So yeah, pretty strong position we were in. And then the game went into like sand back to back situation, which still sucked, but we managed to solve it with Blight Heal and then the Devil for Blight Heal range tech. So yeah, all in all, it comes like pretty smoothly. I could have done something like better. Some decision could have mm, made with more discretion. But overall, I hope you guys can, enjoy this video and see how strong this combo is into this matchup. Like specifically with the jungle back to back to back, the wildfire presence managed to defend one in each land that it went back to back, which means we don't have to solve it. And yeah, the back to back was one of the cancer points that Russia can do. It's just because the one explorer deals +1 damage. So this +1 damage makes the land back to back. You have to stake actions to the back to back, which requires more of your actions. But then the devil just with a card that solves like two back to backs for 0 cost for free, it's gotta be good. And also it moves the wildfire princess somewhere else, and we can push even stop the build. And the very important part of wildfire in this combo is that it never grows beyond 1,033. Actually, I shouldn't say never, because in some situations it might want to grow beyond 1,3 just because you want to solve a land for urgency or you have a plan for the blight that you cause. But usually with this combo, you're gonna take like the double so frequently, like almost every turn, such that you don't want to grow because growing actually decreases system value without get, right? Because every time you grow, you get plasma damage, but then you get a blight. And at this point, you can still freely take a +3 energy button, which is still very strong growth option, and reclaim with +1 card and one +1 energy. Like these two growth card options are pretty strong as well. So it doesn't really require the full fire to, have a basic functionality. It's not that it's not even that. You still can work pretty well with 0-3, even though it doesn't seem like so. And also Wildfire transforming is a pretty good innate. We got all these drafts, but with Wildfire transforming, you can expect to have some very good drafts. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you next time.